Heidi hi! This is the quiz that I was talking about. Now cheating plays. There are 7 categories, 6 questions in each, and I'll tell you each category as we go along. So, first category is the golden years. I'll give you 4 clues and the decade, and you have got to guess which year in that decade these 4 clues represent. So question number 1. Which year in the 60s did these events take place? David Bowie released his single Space Oddity. Prince Charles is invested as the Prince of Wales. British troops are deployed in Northern Ireland, and Neil Armstrong becomes the first man to walk on the moon. Which year in the 60s did these events take place? Okay, number 2. Which year in the 70s did these events take place? Number 1, Hotel California by the Eagles is released. Number 2, Concorde embarked on its first commercial flight. Number 3, the hottest summer for more than 350 years followed by a drought. And number 4, Brotherhood of Man win Eurovision with Save Your Kisses for Me. Which year in the 70s did those 4 events take place? Hotel California by the Eagles is released. Concorde embarked on its first commercial flight. Hottest summer for more than 350 years followed by a drought. And the Brotherhood of Man win the Eurovision with Save Your Kisses for Me. Number 3. Which year in the 80s did these events take place? Number 1. The film 925 is released starring Dolly Parton. Number 2. Ronald Reagan elected President of the United States. Number 3. Super Trooper by ABBA released. And number 4. John Lennon is shot. So which year in the 80s did those 4? The film 9 to 5, Ronald Reagan elected President of the United States, Super Trooper by ABBA released, and John Lennon was shot. In which year in the 80s? Number 4. Which year in the 90s did these events take place? Number 1, the Gulf War started. Number 2, the film Silence of the Lambs released. Number 3, Ed Sheeran was born this year. Zach. And number 4, Freddie Mercury dies of AIDS. So which year in the 90s did those 4 events take place? The Gulf War started, the film Silence of the Lambs released, Ed Sheeran was born, and Freddie Mercury died of AIDS. Number 5. Which year in the noughties did these events take place? Number 1. George W. Bush sworn in as President of the USA. Number 2. Foot and mouth outbreak in the United Kingdom. Number 3, race riots erupt in Bradford. Number 4, September the 11th, terrorist attacks in USA. Which year will these 4 things take place? George W. Bush sworn in as President of the United States. Foot and mouth outbreak in the UK. Race riots erupt in Bradford. and September 11 terrorist attacks in the United States. And the final lot in this first category is, which year in the 50s did these events take place?
50s.
The 50s, 5-0. Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tennessee become first people to scale the summit of Mount Everest. Number 2, The Good Old Days begins its 30-year run on BBC TV. Number 3, end of post-war sugar rationing. And number 4, Queen Elizabeth II is crowned in Westminster Abbey. So which year in the 50s did those 4 take place? Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tennessee become the first people to scale the summit of Mount Everest. The Good Old Days begins its 30-year run on BBC TV. End of post-war sugar rationing. And Queen Elizabeth II is crowned in Westminster Abbey. Okay, category 2, TV adverts. Television adverts. I'll give you the advert and you have to give me the product. So, here we go. Number 1, tap it, unwrap it. Tap it, unwrap it. Number 2, splash it all over. Splash it all over. Number 3, probably the best lager in the world. Probably the best lager in the world. My son-in-law didn't know that one. Number 4, all you can do is chew. All you can do is chew. Number 5, the better way to start the day. The better way to start the day. And number 6, the appliance of science. The appliance of science. That's a TV advert. Okay, next category. I will give you the real names of these people. You need to give me their stage names. I'll give you the clue as well. So, number 1. Her real name is Sarah Caroline, excuse me, Sarah Caroline Olivia Sinclair. Sarah Caroline Olivia Sinclair. She is a British actress. I need her stage name, how she's known to us. Number 2, Marnie Mercedes Darcy Pemberton Grittle. Marnie Mercedes Darcy Pemberton Grittle. She's a dancer. There's a clue in nearly all of them, if you look into them.
Okay.
Marnie Mercedes Darcy Pemberton Grittle. Number 3, Newton Edward Daniels. Newton Edward Daniels. He was a magician. Number 4, David MacDonald. David MacDonald, Scottish actor, probably best known for what his character in, or probably the best Doctor Who. David MacDonald, Scottish actor. Number 5, Robert Zimmerman, American folk singer. Robert Zimmerman from the 60s. And number 6, Marion Michael Morrison. Marion Michael Morrison, American actor. Excuse me. Okay, next category is celebrity couples. Number 1. Which blue-eyed American film star was married to Joanna Woodward? Which blue-eyed American film star was married to Joanna Woodward? Number 2. Which actress was actor John Thor married to for nigh on 30 years? Which actress was actor John Thor married to for nigh on 30 years? Number 3. Who is former Saturday singer and present TV presenter Rochelle Wiseman married to? Who is former Saturday singer and present TV presenter Rochelle Wiseman married to? Number 4. English actor Timothy West is married to whom? English actor Timothy West is married to whom? Number 5. Who is American actor Michael Douglas married to? Who is American actor Michael Douglas married to? And number 6. Who is TV presenter Tess Daly married to? Who is TV presenter Tess Daly married to? Okay. Next category is TV characters. TV characters. Number 1. In the TV sitcom Are You Being Served? Which character or which characters did Molly Sugden, Wendy Richard and Frank Thornton play? 1 point for each one you get correct. So, in the TV sitcom Are You Being Served? Which characters did Molly Sugden, Wendy Richard and Frank Thornton play? You get 1 point for each one you get right. So if you get them all right, you get 3 points. Number 2. In the TV sitcom Allow, which characters did Gordon Kay, Carmen Silvera and Arthur Bostrom play? In the TV sitcom Allow, which characters did Gordon Kay, Carmen Silvera and Arthur Bostrom play? Again, a point for each, so three if you get them all right. 1 point for each one you get right. Number 3. In the TV sitcom Dad's Army, which characters did John Lorry, Ian Lavender and Bill Pertwee play? In the TV sitcom Dad's Army, which character did John Lorry, Ian Lavender and Bill Pertwee play? Point for each again, 3 points in total. Number 4. In the TV sitcom Only Fools and Horses, which characters did John Challis, Buster Merrifield and Roger Lloyd Pack play? The TV sitcom Only Fools and Horses, which characters did John Challis, Buster Merrifield and Roger Lloyd Pack play? Number 5. In the TV sitcom Keeping Up Appearances, which characters did Clive Swift, Geoffrey Hughes and Jodie Cornwell play? In the TV sitcom Keeping Up Appearances, which characters did Clive Swift, Geoffrey Hughes and Jodie Cornwell play? Point for each one you get right. And the last one in this category, number 6, in the TV sitcom Heidi High, which characters did Ruth Maddock, Jeffrey Holland and Sue Pollard play? In the TV sitcom Heidi High, which characters did Ruth Maddock, Jeffrey Holland and Sue Pollard play? Point for each one. Okay, we go on to the next category now. Only 2 categories left. Music. Number 1. Which film musical made in 1955 tells the story of a character called Nathan Detroit, who is played by Frank Sinatra? Which film musical made in 1955 tells the story of a character called Nathan Detroit and it was played by Frank Sinatra? Number 2. Which English composer wrote famous music including the Enigma variations and the tune for Land of Open Glory? Which English composer wrote famous music including the Enigma variations and the tune for Land of Open Glory? Number 3. Thanks for the times that you've given me, the memories are all in my mind, or the opening line or the opening lyrics for a 1978 single. Name of the song and group, please. Thanks for the times that you've given me, the memories are all in my mind.